So June is going to be the month of 4 new animated films from 4 different studios. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse from Sony Pictures Animation, Elemental from Pixar, Ruby Gillman, Teenage Krackens. 2 of them that aren't even out yet, as of this recording, have been getting trashed on, one more than the other, and are unfortunately expected to have disappointing performances at the box office. Well, at least domestically. And frustratingly enough, there are people in the community rooting for them to flop because they just look bad. You know, back before Twitter was a thing, talking about cartoons was just like you and your friends at lunch discussing the new SpongeBob episode that aired recently. And now, it's just pointless argument after 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 pointless goddamn argument! It's so exhausting. But unfortunately, it's been like this for a while. All the way back in 2013, when Cartoon Network released a new show, Teen Titans Go. Yeah, I know. I don't even need to explain it. It's a standalone spin-off, not a reboot, of the 2006 Teen Titans series, and people hated it because it was nothing like the show they grew up with, despite the fact it wasn't made for them, and they went about making hating on the show their whole personality because they just lived sad, miserable lives. And ever since a mysterious animation commentator came along the same year as TTG to talk about the atrocities in animation, I'm not gonna say his name, but I think you know who I'm referring to. It's become more common for internet dickwads to harass and threaten anybody who worked on a certain show if it came out with a bad episode. Who knew the sentence,
"I guess crying does solve your problems after all,"
would cause someone to threaten the writer's livelihood? TTG, Warner Bros. Animation, announced in 2018 a new show in the same nature, Thundercats Roar, which, as you can imagine, is based on the pre-existing Thundercats IP. I really like how one time they did a crossover with Teen Titans Go just to make the internet dweebs mad. That will never not be funny to me. Not only did it reignite the same tiring complaints and harassment campaigns again, but it also made a new more common argument, the cow art style. Just saying that made me lose a bunch of brain cells.
This was before the age of social media, SpongeBob fans did get together and communicate over the internet. It was an age of forums and fan sites, where anyone who wanted to talk about something they liked would just make a whole website about it. Almost immediately, people were online expressing their frustration with this marathon. Suspicions that the whole thing was rigged were abound.
Hey guys, Pygar Rules here, and I am recording this in the year 2009, which means that, hey, it's SpongeBob's birthday!
It wouldn't be until 2012 when this discourse went from just being popular within the fandom to being the mainstream opinion. The first videos focused on SpongeBob criticism to go outright viral were 2 top 20 worst episode lists released by a YouTube poop channel, Mobro Studios. The lists garnered hundreds of thousands of views, numbers unheard of for cartoon content at the time. By 2013, rants and reviews about how SpongeBob SquarePants wasn't as good as it used to be were blowing up. Many of my own most popular videos to this day are from 2013 and 2014, talking about the most hated episodes of the show.
Sonic 06 was kind of the first game on the internet that wasn't just some old NES game that really grew certain channels and brought a lot of attention to the Sonic fanbase at the time. In many ways, it had the unfortunate curse of being the first bad game at the dawn of internet video creation. And when you connect that with what was popular at the time, extremely negative and loud rant reviews of various things, this was the perfect recipe for making what was a bad game into something of an internet legend. A legacy that continues to persist, one that may truly never die.
If they aren't safe from these asshats, then neither is Pixar. Turning Red got criticism for not only its animation resembling anime, because I guess Pixar can't be stylistic even after Sony paved the way for studios to break free from their comfort zones with Spider-Verse, but it was also too cringe for the community because periods and teenagers being teenagers in the 2000s. And I've also seen people say, this looks like a DreamWorks or Illumination movie. I'm sorry, what? Literally none of these studios have the exact same resources as each other, so what is even your point? Not to mention, I don't think Illumination or DreamWorks would be comfortable having a movie featuring a teenager going through a period. Well, maybe Ruby Gillman could change that. But when they do something actually original and not something with a pre-existing IP, suddenly it's all, bro, this looks like trash. This isn't the Disney and Pixar that I remember. Disney is dead. Like, what the hell do you want from them? To paint the Mona Lisa? As you can imagine, we're going through a cycle again. Some new product that hasn't even been released yet or hasn't even been given a proper chance like Elemental or Ruby Gillman is classified as bad because it's not better than other masterpiece animated films. It has a cringe animation style. It has a plot line that is mid. And all the debates and all the arguments and all the fighting over this medium and its quality and it's just, oh my god! Shut up! Just shut the fuck up! I can't take it anymore! I'm tired of all the complaining. I'm tired of the fictional studio wars. I'm tired of the bitter nostalgia. I'm tired of the attacks towards others for having an opinion. I'm tired of the harassment against writers and animators. And most of all, I'm tired of all the fighting over such stupid bullshit. I've said this before and I will say it one last time. Enough, because this is just getting sad and pathetic at this point. Literally none of the directors and artists want any of this, yet you all still persist. It should be clear by now that none of you are animation fans, just toxic shitheads that are terminally online and have never felt the sun for once in their goddamn lives. Just please, for 5 minutes. Can we have a normal discussion about hand-drawn and computer-animated moving pictures without evolving into a fucking Vietnam war zone? For 5 minutes! I really do not understand why we can't just be civil about this very little thing. Just for the love of God, can we all be normal about animation for once?
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
I just hope to God that doesn't happen to Pastmates. Oh, speaking of which, Pastmates is an independent animation project that I'm developing and has a campaign launched on Kickstarter. Depressing how even after 15 days it hasn't even passed $1. Consequences of not enough people knowing you exist on the internet. So please, help share this around and just maybe, Pastmates will get made into a full animated pilot. More details in the link in the description below. If not, maybe I could sell it as a graphic novel then a pilot.